أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها بأن ربك أوحى لها يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره. Another one of the short surahs, but again something that constructs the imagery of the day of judgment. Um, very powerful, short yet very powerful surah. We start with the first ayah. إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا. So إِذَا, again ظرف الزمان. Okay. للمستقبل. And then this actually contains the meaning of shart. Okay, we'll see the jawab shart later, inshallah. Zulzilat, fail madi, mabni ala fatha, and also mabni ala majhul. Okay. Ta is for tanis. Ard is naib file, marfuun. Zilzalaha, zilzala, so zilzala and then ha. Zilzala is maf'ul mutlaq. It's a masdar for the verb zalzala yuzalzilu, and then wahwa mudaf and ha is mudaf ilayhi. Okay. Meaning when so zalzala yuzalzilu, zalzalatun, so zalzalatan and zilzalan, two masdar. This is actually the another four-letter verb that we are seeing. With the meaning of to put into violent motion, to put something into convulsion, or to shake something violently. Okay. As you can see, both the verb zalzala and the masdar is used in the same ayah. When zulzilat, majhul, so we have to use the passive voice, will be shaken. Earth, actually. So the root aruda, ya'rudu, also arada ya'rudu, masdar being aradatan. So used in two different contexts. Used in the context of land, it means to become thriving and productive, to become fruitful and in good condition. Also used in the context of a man, to become submissive, lowly, also to become naturally disposed to good. Okay. Al-ard, which is the word that we are seeing here, means the earth, also has the meaning of land, soil, country, or ground. Okay. So when the earth will be shaken, of course, you can see there's a big vocal resonance between the word ard and earth. Okay. You can tell that they are actually from the same root, and one may have come from the other. Zilzalaha, it's shaking. Okay. So the emphasis is on shaking. Okay. One of the meaning of, by the way, the Zalzala is, of course, earthquake. Okay. Big, but earthquake essentially is a process of something shaking violently. Next ayah, ayah number 2. وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. واو is harfu atf. أخرج فعل ماضي مبني على فتحة. Ta is for ta'anis. Ard is fa'il. Here we are not dealing with mabni lil majhul, so it's not naib fa'il, it's fa'il. Athqalaha. Athqala is ma'fulun bihi, and ha is mudaf ilayhi. Kharaja yakhruju khurujan. Okay, to exit, to leave, to depart, the opposite of dakhala. Akhraja yukhriju ikhrajan. That's what we are looking at here. Form 4. To bring out, to cause something to exit, okay, to drive out, to eject, to expel. Okay. So akhraja and brings out the earth. Athqalaha. Thaqula yasqulu thiqalatan, to be or become heavy. Okay. We saw asqal in Surah Qari'ah, meaning load or burden. Sorry, we saw mithqal in Surah Qari'ah. Asqal is something that we are seeing here, meaning load or burden. And then mithqal means weight. Okay. So here asqal is plural. So its burdens. And the earth brings out its burdens. Ayah number 3. وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. حرف عطف. قال فعل ماضي مبني على فتحة. إنسان فاعل. ما لها. So ma here is actually ismu istifham. في محل رفع مبتدا, and laha jar wa majroor, and I'm going to make it simple. Shabu jumla khabar. Okay. No mention of any mahdhuf here, to make it things simple, inshallah. And this whole sentence, okay, this jumla is fi mahalli nasbin maqulul qawl. This is what is said, because there's a qala in the sentence. This is what the insan said. And says al insan, the man says malaha. Okay. What? Okay. And then kind of there's the implied words here. What is wrong laha with it? What's wrong with it? Okay. You can kind of put quotes around it, because this is what essentially the man is going to say. قال الإنسان ما لها, and the man will say, what's wrong with it? Ayah number 4. يومئذ تحدث أخبارها.
Brother, this kala is, you said, says. It should not be said.
Remember, it's all coming after إذا. Okay, it's all coming after iza.
Okay,
And
Jazakallah khair.
when iza is used, we know that it changes the meaning to mustaqbal. Okay. Okay. Moving on, inshallah. I'm just looking for something. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, we're good, inshallah. So Yoma is in same analysis we have done before. Is Yoma is the zaman, is the mudaf ilayhi coming after the zarf, and tanween is compensating for a jumla mahzufa. tuhaddisu fi'l mudari marfu fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu hiya, which goes to al-ard, which is feminine. Okay. By the way, all these ha that we are seeing, إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها. Okay. So this ha, asqalaha, and malaha, all of them are pointing to ard. All of them being showing that they are feminine. Also the taw tanis in zulzilat, also akhrajat, taw tanis in both of them also indicate that ard is feminine. Also now we are seeing tuhaddisu is also the fa'il is mustatir taqdiruhu hiya. Tuhaddisu akhbaraha, akhbar here is maf'ulun bihi. Okay. And actually it says maf'ulun bihi number 2, and I'll explain to you where the maf'ulun bihi number 1 is. Ha is mudaf ilayhi. Okay. So maf'ulun bihi number 1 is taqdiruhu al-khalq. Okay. Once we look at the meaning, inshallah, it'll make more sense. Yawma izin, on that day. Haddasa yuhaddisu. So the root is hadasa yahdusu hudusan, means to happen, to occur, to come to pass. And there is another verb from the same root with a different spelling though. Hadosa yahdusu hadasatan bab karma, which means to be new, to be recent, to be young. Okay, both are used. And then haddasa yuhaddisu tahdithan, form 2, to tell, to disclose, to acknowledge, to show gratitude. And then the word hadith, we use it quite often, plural of ahadith on the wazn of mafa'il, mamnu min as-sarf, means discourse, news, statement, story, account, happening, and of course, prophetic tradition. That's something that we use very often. Also has the meaning of dream or an event. So tahaddisu, to to tell, to recount, to report. Okay, on that day, um, it, and it is essentially the earth. It um, reports or recounts. Okay, recounts. Its akhbar comes from khabura yakhburu, Again, there are different verbs, different spellings. Khabara yakhburu, also khabira yakhbaru. Khabar means piece of information. We saw that before. Um, it's news. Okay. So the second or the first maf'ulun bihi, al khalq, essentially implies that this can also be a doubly transitive verb, which means that to report someone something. Okay. So tuhaddisul khalqa akhbaraha, meaning it reports the creation. Okay, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knows everything. So it reports the creation, its news, all the accounts, recounts everything that is to be recounted about the life that they have lived before. So that's where the first maf'ulun bihi is identified by some of the Arab dictionaries. Yawma idhin tuhaddisu akhbaraha. And then moving on, inshallah, next ayah. Bi anna rabbaka awha laha. Bi anna harfu jar. And then anna is harfu tawkidin. Wa nasbin. And then rabba ka. Rabba is ismu anna. Ka mudaf ilayhi. And then awha fi'l madi. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. And then laha is jar wa majroor. And this whole jumla is fi mahalli raf'in khabar anna, and this whole anna ismuha wa khabaruha is masdar muawwal fi mahalli jarrin ism majroor b harfu jar b. Let me just finish before I go to the question, inshallah. Bi anna, the meaning of bi anna, simplest meaning is because. Okay. Also, you can say for that, rabbaka, your Lord, auha comes from the root vaha yahi, vahyan, to inspire, to reveal. Okay. And then the form for that is auha yuhi ihaan, to reveal, and then in the context of God, to convey a command, to inspire with, to instill as an instinct, also to signal or gesture. Wahyun, verbal noun, meaning is act of revealing, but it's also used as a noun. In that case, the meaning is divine revelation. So here the word is auha, which means to inspire. Okay, to inspire. Your Lord will, because your Lord inspired it. Your Lord inspired it. Go ahead, brother, sister Shabana.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Brother, this regarding haddasa, does it take two mafulun bihis always, or is it just to this particular ayah?
Very good question, actually. I normally do record that. In this case, I did not, but let me see if I can quickly find out. If not, I'll have to get back to you later on, inshallah. Haddasa. the dictionary that I normally consult for the transitive or intransitive or doubly transitive does not say anything about it. So I'll have to look more into it to find out if I can find something. So based on the Arab, it looks like because some dictionaries said it is it has two mafulun bihi. Others, I think, just went with akhbar as a mafulun bihi. So it looks like it is not always doubly transitive. It can also be singly transitive as well. Some dictionaries chose that option of doubly. Some chose the option of only one object.
जी. Okay.
Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Very good. Bianna Rabbaka Auhalaha, because your Lord inspired it, meaning the um, the earth recounting its news to the creation was done because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspired it to do that. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it essentially do that. Okay. Let's move on to the next, inshallah. يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم. Okay. I think we have done يومئذ a number of times today, so I'll skip it. يصدرون. يصدر is فعل مضارع مرفوع. الناس is فاعل مرفوع. أشتاتا is منصوب coming as a hal for صاحب الحال being الناس. ليروا لي يرى and then wow. Li is your lamu ta'lil. Yurau is fi'l mudare mansoob bi an mudmara. Okay, so there is actually an between after the after the lamu ta'lil, and then wow is the damir muttasil fi mahli raf'in fa'il. And the, of course, the alamat of fi'l mudari mansoob is hazf noon. And then a'malahum is a'mal, and then hum. Amal is mafulun bihi, and hum is mudaf ilayhi. Now, actually, I should have mentioned. I forgot. I made a mistake. Mudare mansoob bi an, also mabni lil majhul. Very important. Mabni lil majhul. So wow is not fa'il. Wow is naibul fa'il. Okay, and then a'mal is mafulun bihi number 2. And once we look at the meanings, it'll make sense to us why we are saying it's mafulun bihi number 2, because mafulun bihi number 1. So this is ara yuri, to show someone something. To show someone something. 2 mafulun bihi are required. Now, when we made it majhul, someone was shown something. That someone, which was the mafulun bihi for the active voice, became the naib file. So the second mafulun bihi is amal. So even though there is only one mafulun bihi in this particular jumla, but you will notice that in the Arab dictionaries they will say it is mafulun bihi thanin. Mafulun bihi awwal sara naib file, became naib file. So they just still keep the status of the second mafulun bihi as second mafulun bihi, And they say the first maf'ulun bihi that is required for this verb now became naib file. So we should not say that there is only one maf'ulun bihi here, even though in the sentence you only find one mansoob noun, which is a maf'ulun bihi. Hope that makes sense. Okay. In terms of the meaning, yawma izin, on that day. Yasduru. Okay, so we have seen the word sadara yasduru. Kind of the new meaning that I'm adding here based on the dictionary are to come forth, to go forward. Okay, on that day, yasduru, come forth. Annas, the mankind. Ashtatan. Okay, shatta, sheen, ta, yashittu, shattan, shatatan, or shatitan. Okay, three different masdar I noted here. Means to be scattered. It's an interesting verb because it has both the passive meaning, so intransitive meaning, and the transitive meaning. To be scattered, dispersed, but also has a meaning of to scatter, to disperse, also to break up, okay, which are captured in the dictionary. And then shattun, plural of ashtat, okay, which is what we are seeing here, which is dispersed, scattered, separated, also in different classes. Okay. Mankind on that will come forward, separate groups in separate groups. Okay. Li yurau, li being her lamu ta'lil, meaning of in order to, okay, in order to, yurau, okay, so yurau, it is actually yurauna, which is a passive form for yuruna, okay, which is a conjugation for whom, for ara yuri, form 4, ara yuri, to show something to someone. So yurauna means to be shown something, to be shown something. Li yurau, in order to show them, or you can say in order for them to be shown, in order for them to be shown what? A'malahum, a'malahum, their deeds. Okay, so amila ya'malu, amalan. Amal is a verbal noun, also a noun, plural being amal, meaning something which is done, doing, acting, deed, work. Now, some Arab dictionaries actually have said there's something implied here. Actually, it's not that they will see their amal, but rather it is the complete structure is jaza'a a'ma lihim. So in that case, they are saying this is actually the mafulun bihi, and amal is simply mudaf ilayhi, wa huwa mudaf, and him is again mudaf ilayhi. So they will see the reward of their amal. Okay, so that some dictionaries have taken that that stance. Others have said amal itself is mafulun bihi. Allah knows best. Ayah number 7. فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. فَمَن, so fa followed by man. This fa is a harf atf, and then it is also mentioned that this is a fa of tafri'iyah. Okay. Something you may have noticed that I asked in the group to share some information. Jazakallah khair to everyone who has shared the information. I've gone through it once. I want to actually compile that and then share with the broader group what we have learned about the this type of fa. At a very high level, fa tafri'iyya, and then fa of fasiha. They're very they're quite a similarity between the two of them. They were not covered in the Medina books, but they do come in the Quran in a number of places. And both of them are to explain something, okay, which is omitted. Okay, and then but there's a difference between where fa'al fasiha used and where fa'al tafri'a is used. So we'll inshallah talk about that. Um, I mean, there are slightly conflicting things that I read, so I just want to confirm before I actually present to you guys, inshallah. So in one of these classes, I will prepare the notes for that and share with you, inshallah. Okay. And so without that description, I think we will just stick to that this is a harf atf, and then tafri'iyya is to show that something was omitted, and that what is omitted is to be understood from the context. And inshallah, once we do go, we will come back to this ayah and complete that, inshallah. Man is ismu shart, jazim, tajzim of fi'lain. In this case, it is fi mali raf'an mubtada. Ya'mal is fi'l mudari majzoom. فعل الشرط. And this جملة فعلية في محل رفع خبر لمن. مثقال is مفعول به for the فعل يعمل وهو مضاف, and ذرة is مضاف إليه. And then خيرا is this called either تمييز أو بدل. بدل for مثقال. Okay. Both, as we know, are من منصوبات اسم. That's why it's mansub. So that is the shart. And then jawabu shart is yarahu. Okay. So yara is fi'l mudari majzoom bihasfi harfi illa. Okay. It was yara with the alif maqsura at the end, but then that got dropped to make it majzoom. And this is jawabu shart. And then who is maf'ulun bihi. Okay. Oh, and then of course the fa'il is mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. This huwa again goes back to man. And then the who, which is a maf'ulun bihi, goes back to mithqala. Okay. So let's look at the meanings, inshallah. So faman, um, so whoever, ya'amal, so we know amila ya'amalu, okay, to do, to perform, okay, to do, to act, to perform, to operate. And then amal, plural of amal, doing, acting, work, activity, deed, job. So whoever does, I was supposed to use a different color. Let me do that. So whoever does mithqala. We saw mithqala actually on the previous page. This we saw saqala actually. وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها أثقال. So sakala yaskulu siqalatan, and then asqal is what we saw before, load or burden. The word mithqal is also from the same root, meaning weight. Okay. So in this case, whoever does, okay, weight. And then zarra yazurru zarran. So zal ra mudaf verb, bab nasara, means to scatter, to spread, to sprinkle. Okay. And then the word zarratun, a speck, also has the meaning of a small ant. We use this word even in Urdu as well, by the way. And then zurriyatun, the plural of zurriyatun, another commonly used word in the Quran. Offspring, descendants, and progeny. Anyway, zarra is what we are looking at here, and the common translation that we have seen is a speck, weight of a speck or a particle. Khairan, yeah, we have seen this many times. Khair means of good. Okay. As so, whoever does an atom's weight of good, okay, or a speck weight of good, yarahu, okay, so ra'a yara, to see, he will see it. Okay, so it goes to that weight of a speck of good that he has done. He will see it, and he is the one who did that good deed. Okay. So فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Whoever does the atom's weight of good will see it. And then ayah number 8. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Okay. So almost the same analysis. Waw is harfu atf. Harfu atf. Man is ismu shart. Tajma fi'lain. Here it's coming as a mubtada. So fi mahalli raf'an. And then ya'mal is fi'l mudari majzoom. Fa'il mustatir. Taqdiruhu huwa, which I should have mentioned here as well, by the way. And this is fi'lu shart. And this jumla fi mahalli raf'an khabar. Mithqala is ma'fulun bihi wa huwa mudaf. Zarratin is mudaf ilayhi. Then sharran is tamyiz. Aw badal min mithqal. Okay. And this is the shart, and jarahu is jawabu shart. So fi'l mudari majzoom bihasfi harfi illa. Fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu huwa, and then who is ma'fulun bihi. And whoever does weight of a speck, shar. I think we have seen the word shar before, but for your reference, I have put it here as well. Sharra, yasharru, bab, sam'a. Okay, so it is actually, so sharra in Madi does not show clearly what is the vowel sign on the ayn kalima. So for a first person, it would have been sharirtu, sharirtu. And so it is actually bab sam'a. Also, some of the dictionaries gave the bab as bab nasara. sorry, Bab Karuma and Bab Daraba. Okay. Especially Lane's lexicon actually quite often gives a number of different spellings as well. Means to be or become evil, wrongdoer, unjust. And shar itself means evil, wrongdoing, injustice. And actually, as we will see in the next ayah, one of the meanings is ismu tafdeel, shar, which means more or most wrong or evil. Okay. Anyway, here it is the meaning of as evil. Okay. Yarahu, he will see it. Okay. So both sides are explained very clearly that whoever does atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does atom's weight of or speck or weight of a speck as evil, he will see it. Okay. This is again something a very important reminder for us that sometimes we kind of get into this delusion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to look at small things, but only the bigger endeavors or bigger tasks that we have done. But the small little things, whether they're good or bad, are not so important. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it very, very clear. And look at the imagery which is given is mithqala zarra. Zarra is probably the smallest thing that we can see with the naked eye. Even anything which is equal to that in terms of our deed is going to be seen by us. So that's another interesting thing. Again, this is a layman talking, so please don't take it as a tafsir for it. But it doesn't say anything. So these two ayat are not talking about the reward or the punishment of those things. It's really mainly talking about that those deeds, however small or big they are, the person who did them will see them, will there should be no doubt that those will be forgotten, whether with Allah and His great mercy, with His great mercy, forgive all the evil that we have done and multiplies the good that we have done. That is for Allah decision, and we ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to make us among those who get the benefit of doubt or the benefit of that mercy, and our evil deeds are erased, and our good deeds, however few they are actually multiplied many times, so that the scale goes in our favor, inshallah. But the main thing is that the two ayat are talking about that they will be seen, however small those deeds are. Brother Abdul Hamid, please go ahead.
Brother, this man is ismu shart mubtada, and you said yamal jumla failure is the khabar. But we do sometime analysis with the such ayat. Man is a ismu shart mubtada, and the khabar we do shart plus jawab shart is equal to khabar.
Correct. Yeah. So and this is the same case as well. So I just kind of, for convenience, put that ya'mal. So that the whole jumla that starts with ya'mal, along with the jawabu shart that's coming after it, all of that together is basically listed as a jawabu. Sorry, listed as a khabar li man.
Okay, jazakallah khair.
So I'm going to go back and share some more content on that, inshallah. So ayah number 7. Actually, let's go to ayah number 6. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يومئذ يصدر الناس أشتاتا ليروا أعمالهم. And then the next ayah was فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. So this fa, we said it's a harfu atf, and then we said it is tafri'iyah. Harfu atf, tafri'iyah. So this is the tafri'iyah part, which is basically that I wanted to share with you. Interestingly, it's something that, of course, is not covered in Medina books. I also checked a number of other books that I refer to if I don't find a topic in the Medina books. And none of those books actually had that topic covered. And if you search Google, you come across many different references, and I started to go through those references, and just there were so many different point of views on this fa. It was difficult to build a point of view on it, a consistent point of view. That's why I reached out in the group, and alhamdulillah, many of you actually responded. So I put together some notes, but I have to admit, I don't think this is all there is to know about the free IA. I think there is more to it. And I also believe that there is actually enough difference of opinion among the scholars about this fa and another fa, which is, you can say, almost like its sister. But anyway, let me just explain what I have been able to capture. So alpha ta'rifiyya, sorry, tafri'iyya. So the word tafri' comes from, so it's a bab fa'ala, bab taf'il, okay, which is farra'a. Farra'a yufarra'u tafri'an. Okay? And the meaning is to branch out, to derive. Okay. So let's just keep that meaning in mind. And so the simplest explanation is that so this fa, it connects two or more matters coming after it to something that came before it. Okay. So there's something that came before it. And when the fa is used, there's something coming after the fa, which is now connected back to what was before it. But it basically is connecting two or more matters back to that original matter, or in Arabic they say amr. Okay. Now some say, now this is that's why I should have highlighted. Some say it indicates an omitted condition. Not everybody says that, okay? But there's enough of the references I found. They say that it indicates an omitted condition, a shart mahzuf. Okay, and here's the example that's commonly referred to, okay, which is al kalamu, okay, the speech, okay, is ism wa fa'il wa harf. Okay. Speech is basically noun, verb, and particles, okay, which we know the Arabic is part of. Arabic has three parts, and those three parts of speech are ism, fi'l, and harf. So that's one matter which is described, and then it says al ismu huwa. So whatever ism is, so then it comes. So now now the if you're trying to say something about ism and something about fail and harf, you can actually go on. But there's a connection between this jumla ismiya al ismu huwa to something that came before it, okay, which is the sentence al kalamu ismun wa fi'lun wa harfun, and it is now branching out to, essentially it's going to branch out to three parts: ism, fail, and harf. Okay? So what is the ism, what is the fail, and what is the harf? So this fa, which is coming in there, they're saying it is actually a fa which connects these three matters, matters meaning the three sentences which will come after it: al ism, which will describe what ism is, and another sentence which will describe what fail is, and another sentence which describes what harf is. All those sentences will be connected back to one matter which was described in the beginning as al kalamu ismun wa fa'ilun wa harfun. Okay. So it connects with that. But then they say this fa, like some say that it actually indicates an omitted condition. Okay. What is omitted condition? Mahzuf shart. So they say it's taqdiruhu. إذا أردت, so if you want to, أن تعرف, if you want to know, then sorry, I think I missed something here. I should have said فل isma huwa. Then the ism, it is, and so on. Wal fi'l huwa, and so on. And wal harf huwa, and so on. So this thing, let me highlight it. فإذا أردت أن تعرف. This part is essentially omitted, and that is kind of the estimation for the fa, which is called fa ta'rif, fa tafri'iyya. I keep saying ta'rifiyya, tafri'iyya. Okay. Now, where I have seen inconsistent explanations is that somebody wrote an article and they compiled some examples of fa tafri'iyya from the Quran, and they did not go with this definition. Rather, they even had the examples from the Quran where there was no branching, and they listed all of them in there. Okay, so again, it was one article that I found, and then quite often the fa tafri'iyya gets compared to fa'al fasiha. Fa'al fasiha, okay, which basically I've just described in the next page here, that it connects something which is coming after it to something that came before it. Okay, but that's something which came before it is omitted, but it doesn't have to be shart. It can be anything. Okay, and what is omitted is understood from the context. Okay? And as the analysis that some of you shared, actually Brother Abdul Hamid shared actually from Ustad Amir Suhail, the Surah Baqarah analysis, ayah number 60. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فقلنا اضرب بعصاك الحجر. Okay, and we said to them, so we said, hit with your stick the stone. فانفجرت منه اثنتا عشرة عينا. Okay, and then as a result, 12 streams sprung out. Okay, there's no mention in the ayah, at least, that he actually struck the stone, but it is understood. It is understood that he did strike it, and it is because him striking it is why the 12 streams sprung out. Okay, they came out. So the this fa, which is in fan fajarat, actually connects the in fajarat minhu snata ashrata aina with the matter which is coming before, but in between there is something omitted, which is mahzuf, which is fadaraba hajara, that he hit the stone, and because he hit it, that is why the 12 streams or springs sprung out. Yeah. And in this particular case, the relationship which is given between this fa and what came before it is sababiyya. So this fa essentially is becomes a fa sababiyya if you bring in the omitted part. Okay, that because he hit it, that is why the springs came out. Now, Dr. Fadil Samirai from Egypt, he actually had another dimension to the difference between fa al-tafri'iyya and fa al-fasiha. He says that they are very similar, the difference being that fa al-fasiha is always is sababiyya, but fa al-tafri'iyya is not. Okay, but again, he quoted an example where fa al-tafri'iyya was not a sababiyya, but the problem is the example that he quoted, where when I find some of the analysis books, they don't even call it a fa tafri'iyya at all. So it is rather confusing. I'm not 100%. Maybe I only have captured 10% of what we need to understand about it, or but what is out there. But I thought I should share whatever I have. So there seems to be a lot of difference, to the extent that sometimes in some article they even said they are the same. Fa'al fasiyya and fa'al tafri'iyya are the same. And on the other extreme, if you look at Fakhruddin Qubawa, in I think 1 or 2 places I have checked, he doesn't even like where other analysis books indicate fa'at tafri'iyya, he doesn't even mention anything at all about fa'at tafri'iyya. He just says this is a harf atf, or sometimes maybe istinafiya. He does not even mention at all about tafri'iyya. So there seems to be a lot of difference of opinion on this matter.